have to protect. That's why we protect the elderly and the young people, and people that are in vulnerable situations. The reason we do that is because they're vulnerable. That's why we say women and children first. It's the most vulnerable.
So what if though? Are you gonna put this on Facebook or something?
No, it's just training. You're good devil's advocate. I don't know if what you're saying is what you really believe, but it's pretty good.
I
pretty good questions.
absolutely am pro-choice of a woman's body.
Is it okay if I put this on Facebook?
Yeah, I mean that's fine. So what was my question? So okay, say we have another hostage situation or another shooter comes up, as in America we've seen him friggin' billion times lately, and there's a pregnant woman and again a 5-year-old. Who do you save?
Save the most vulnerable.
So the pregnant woman's fetus?
Is the fetus a human being? That's the question.
Well, you clearly think so. So you're gonna save this, the pregnant woman above the 5-year-old.
I think that when you have three options, right? You have when it's either a human before conception, at conception, or when it's born. You look at those three options. So before conception, a sperm. A sperm does not become a human being, right? Can you agree with that? Okay, an egg does not become a human being. So now let's talk about, okay, let's say a human being is a human being when the human being is born.
Okay.
If it's a human being when the human being is born, what's the difference that happened from not being born and being born that suddenly made the human being a human being?
Well, this is just really diverging from my question though, because what I asked was, are you gonna save the pregnant woman? Or are you gonna save
the fetus? What's a fetus?
Well, in your opinion, it's a human. So you're gonna save the pregnant woman.
But what,
I want you to answer my question.
What is a fetus? What does a fetus denote? What does that mean? What does a fetus as an explanation of what's in a woman's body is?
Slang for small baby.
Slang.
Yeah. So it's
Scientific.
It's Latin. It's Latin.
fetus.
Oh, I thought you said slang.
So I'm a registered nurse.
Okay.
So I learned this stuff in school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's not that.
respect
It's not super complicated. But you have the sperm and the egg that come together to create the zygote.
Yeah.
And then you have a fetus,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, I think my nursing knowledge is gonna suffer me. But what I understand is that these are just names for different ages, right? I'm not sure how many weeks a fetus you are a fetus, but these are just different names for different ages
stages of development
of human beings.
Okay.
So to say that it's just a fetus, saying it's just a fetus, saying, oh, it's just an infant, oh, it's just a toddler. It's a different age.
But I didn't say it's just a fetus. I'm still just asking you to answer these two questions. Would you save the pregnant woman, or would you save the vial?
Obviously, I believe they're both human beings, so it would be obviously an ethical dilemma.
Is this your goal?
Exactly.
But I don't think we should prioritize the child over the fetus. The fetus is just a younger human being.
So you would save the pregnant woman.
You'd have two lives then.
You'd have two lives.
would
So
say
then once again, that's an
We're
ethical
pro-life. We
dilemma.
want to save life.
I'm pro-life too.
Amen.
I'm pro-choice of women's bodies, and I'm pro-abortion, but that doesn't make me not pro-life.
And that's the question: is there another body inside of the woman's body? In which case, when you were a baby, when you were an infant in the womb, your mom and your dad would have conceived you, but in Canada, you would not be a human being.
But what about in the first?
And you were a woman. You would be a girl.
Honestly,
in which
if
case
I
the
was
girl does not.
aborted in as soon as the embryo attached itself, or zygote attached itself to my mom's uterine wall, I mean, I would have been completely fine with that because I had no idea what was happening.
Well, your senses, you'd have your
You said-
senses,
but you're
right? So
saying-
you'd be
you're saying-
chopped up, cut up.
You're saying
and-
No.
Yeah,
Because
You're
when
saying
I
You're saying I, which means that you're talking about yourself.
But I would not.
And you're a human being.
No baby, no fetus, nothing. An embryo cannot be chopped up and cut up unless it's in a petri dish.
Oh.
Those chop. It's disgusting.
No, with 10
the way
weeks
you're talking about
abortion,
it.
like the images we were showing there.
Yeah, so
the
that's
baby
actually
has a brain, a
very,
heartbeat.
That's such a small percent of abortions, and in that case, they generally do that when the woman will most likely die from giving birth.
No, because they have abortions like late-term abortions
Yeah.
here in Canada.
Yeah, when the woman is at serious risk of death, they will
No.
not do that for you when you are 8 months pregnant and you're just.
If we had more laws to prevent it, it wouldn't happen as much. That's for sure.
But I think, I guess what I'm arguing more so. Are you against pill abortions. If I found out I was pregnant, say I got raped, I find out I'm pregnant 2 days later, and I go to my doctor and I say I need a pill, I need to get this thing out of my body.
I think abortion is the worst case scenario. Women should not be forced to have that choice. That shouldn't even be an option.
No, it shouldn't.
I spoke with the girl
Unfortunately,
yesterday who was like traumatized by seeing these images because she was raped, she had an abortion, and she has to deal with that the rest of her life. You think she wants to have an abortion?
No, absolutely
woman
not.
wants to have an abortion.
Absolutely not.
So what we're doing is bringing awareness of like how
But why
horrible
don't-
that it
We
is.
still-
See, this
we
is
still
what I
think- We still
do.
think the pill is wrong because it's ending a human life. And we believe
It's
that
not open
human
But why
life
don't then you bring it? So no woman should even have to go through an abortion. I absolutely agree. So why don't you fight rape? And why don't you fight women's rights? Like, why don't you do that? Something that's way more prevalent. Like, I get sexually harassed on the street once a week. Why don't you fight that instead of fighting abortions? Because
Sorry,
I
then
would like to
Sorry
do
to
that
hear
for sure.
about that.
Yeah, sorry to hear that
We don't
for
want
sure.
any of that.
No, I know that. I know that. I believe that you guys
Yeah.
are nice people and you're clearly open to discussion. I love that. But I just think there are other causes in which we don't need to keep putting pictures up like this on
Yeah.
the street, you know?
Yeah, this is the primary cost of life because this is where life begins, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the womb. So like my brother was saying, the most vulnerable we're trying to protect. That's where all rights begin, right? When you have life. And we're sorry to hear that, and there's so many problems with the world, but we can't solve them all. We're trying to do one thing, and that's bring up awareness, because abortion happens more than 3 times a day in Canada.
And let's
Oh,
That's
I
too
can
much.
guarantee you a rape
let's
happens.
let's punish the rapist. Let's punish the rapist, but let's not put the death penalty to the little baby.
But in